then I need you to understand, like, it doesn't matter if the person's a narcissist or not. Okay. What matters is if you have someone in your life that is unwilling to engage with the truth, with the reality of the situation, there is no change that can transpire. This is the piece that you need to get. And this is true for you. And this is true for the narcissist. This is true for you because oftentimes you will run from the truth because it feels too hard. It feels too difficult. And you're like, well, this can't be reality. He's telling me that the narcissist doesn't love me, but I feel like the narcissist loves me. I hope that he loves me. I have cognitive dissonance because he loves me. So I'm going to stay. And you're avoiding truth. You're avoiding the actual facts of the situation. Then you have the narcissist that's going to avoid truth because they don't want to admit who they actually are. Like what is actually happening. Are you seeing this? Like, this is a piece that until a person engages with truth, with reality, with the facts, this is how we walk people through breaking the trauma. We have to get to the facts of the situation. Until we get to the truth of the situation, no one gets free. No one. They stay stuck over and over and over again because they're unwilling to actually engage with honesty. If you have someone in your life that is not honest, that is not vulnerable, and doesn't show consistent change and growth, get out of their lives. Okay? That's the piece I think you need to understand. Narcissists can't accept their own truth, 100%. The narcissist is my child's mother. He does whatever she tells him to do. Without her, he would never be there for the child. Yeah, because the narcissist doesn't care about the child. They're just showing up to be able to save face or to be able to hoover the other person there. Words and no actions, 100%. Like, you need to be able to look at what they're doing versus what they're saying. No contact is hard, but worth it. 100%. No contact gives you capacity to heal. I need you to be clear. No contact does not heal you. So many people think, I'm no contact. Why am I not better? Because you haven't actually healed. No contact won't heal you, but it gives you the capacity to not be triggered as much so you can actually work on the triggers. So you can actually work on the issues that you need to work on so that you're able to heal. So that you're able to be better. No contact is difficult. No contact is hard because of the lie you believe. Like, no contact is because of the trauma bond. The trauma bond makes you think, oh, this is so hard. It is hard. I'm not putting you down that it's not hard. I'm just saying the only reason it's hard is because the story you're telling yourself. When you change the story that you're telling yourself, when you get real with the facts, you're like, wait a second. Like, I would go no contact with this person if they walked off the street and started treating me this way. The only reason that no contact is difficult is because I love and I care about this person and I'm hoping for something that's not actually there. Okay? Are you understanding this? Okay, so this is like what happens in a narcissistic relationship. The narcissist traps you. Okay, like the trauma bond is real. You need to be able to understand this. Like piece by piece, the narcissist traps you with the hope and potential. So the reason why you are stuck is because of the story that you're telling yourself. Until you change the story that you're telling yourself, until you break free of the lies that are still controlling you, you will never be free. When they find out I want to just do me, he's acting worse and making my life more miserable. Yeah, 100%. Everything he's expressing is true. If you listen to what he's expressing, it'll help you heal, 100%. But this piece of getting to the truth of the situation is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Like, you getting real with the truth, you getting real with the facts of the situation is one of the hardest things you ever do. Because the cognitive dissonance will kick in. You'll be like, nope, it can't be this way. He said he loved me. How did he show it? How did he demonstrate it? How is he honest? We have to be able to put feet to the truth. We have to be able to understand this is reality. These are the facts. If you don't get to the facts of the situation, you will be blindsided, confused, and lied to stay in a relationship that's still toxic. My daughter is following in my footsteps, trying to break the cycle. I get that. Send her some videos. Get her into one of the challenges. I broke the codependency. I'm halfway through the trauma bond with your help and with Lord and Savior. 40 years, kept my mouth shut. Decided I'm finding what is wrong. Honest. Janet, awesome. Are you in one of the challenges? He already tried to Hoover. It's not working. Not now. It's so obvious. 100%. I would have helped. I tried and tried and tried. I had to leave. Yet you can't help someone who's not willing to be helped. Like when you keep trying to help a narcissist, the narcissist is like, feed me. Come on. Give me more. because it's attention. You're like, well, maybe I can do this for him. Attention. Well, maybe I can help. Attention. When you start to help a narcissist, like when they don't actually want the help because they're not actually demonstrating true change, they're not actually putting in the work. Okay, when this is happening, you're just feeding them. Okay, I loved it when people wanted to help me because they were feeding me. They were supply. They were people coming towards me. I was like, great, this is awesome. I'm the center of attention. But did I change? No. Did anything happen? No. I just kept the cycle going. So you have to understand, when you try to help a narcissist and that person is unwilling to show honesty, vulnerability, and consistent change, you are enabling it. How can I show evidence of only me been providing for the child? That one should be pretty easy to track as far as like evidence of like what you pay for, how you show up, who's actually there in the relationship. You can't go along the narcissism routes because that won't fly in the court system. I'm trying to get to the truth, but everywhere I turn, defeat after defeat, I'm too trying to break the cycle. So one of the things I would talk to you about is breaking the cycle goes back to that story that you believe. We start to break that down inside of the Escape Toxicity Challenge. You can get the link in the bio. How do you get to the truth? So the truth is what the facts are actually saying. Like, this is the hard piece, is when you're lost in the fog so much, you can't find any truth. So you have to be able to work on the triggers, because the triggers are selling you a different version of reality. Okay? The trigger triggers you to believe a different version of reality. He left you for another woman and you're triggered. You're like, I'm not good enough. Has nothing to do with you. But he went to another person because that's what he wanted. It didn't have anything to do with your worth. But you will tell yourself a different story. You will say, well, if I could have done something better, he would have loved me. If I would have loved him better, he wouldn't have left me. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, you tell yourself a story based on the trigger. So we have to get back to the truth and be like, okay, what are the facts of the situation? The facts are that he chose to cheat on you. The facts are that he lied to you. The facts are that he's abusive. Like, we go through the facts and like, wait a second, does that actually prove that I'm not good enough? Like, no, I showed up a ton. I tried to change a bunch. I modified a million things in my life for him, and it didn't actually do any good. Does that make sense? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because like, you have to get down to the truth of the situation. The story that you're telling yourself will sell you an alternate version of reality that is not true. He could be two people, but he's not. Got it in text. Interesting. I recently did a video on YouTube that was talking about there isn't two sides to narcissists. There's only one. Check it out. Your brutal truth stings like hell, but need to hear it. Part of what I'm trying to do is just help bring awareness. We can help break you free by joining the 7-day challenge or the 45-day challenge. Like, we can give you the tools to actually get free. But first you have to wake up and actually see, wait a second, this is what's actually happening. Like I'm speaking to you about your relationship and you're like, holy cow, how did you know that it's my relationship? Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing that we see step by step by step.